Hey man, welcome on back to the Super Divorce YouTube channel and or Twitch channel station. Nicholas Villars here, aka Super Divorce, and welcome to tonight's edition of Sega Mania. Sega Mania is a live streaming, internet-based, video game-centric program in which we are taking a merry jaunt through all of the review pages from the late great Sega Mania magazine. Now, Sega Mania magazine was a fantastic, fan-run, fan-funded, fan-supported, yet highly professional video game magazine featuring video games and video game consoles of the Sega type. Ran for just a few issues, 7 of them, from 2021 through 2022, until it went away. I've said in the past that we don't know why, and that we might never know why, but I do know why now, and I'm gonna make a video about it, but not right now, so please look forward to that. Anyhow, how are you doing tonight, everybody? I hope you're doing quite well. I'm looking over at my chat on YouTube, and I see that Ghoulie is here. Hello, Ghoulie. We got Carrot. We got Ghoulie back in Georgia. He was in Cincinnati, checking out some Reds baseball. Reds and Cubbies baseball. Now he's back in Georgia. Yeah, 75 can be a real shit show. You gotta be careful there. Fe is here. Hello, Fe. Michaela's here. Fe is asking Michaela who Henry is. There was a mystery last evening during the Sonic 2 stream featuring Sonic 2 on the Sega Mega Drive. Michaela was here. She was sad. She said that there was something going on with Henry, but we never found out who Henry was. Anyway, here we are, once again, with Sonic 2. But you might say, hold on a second, Super Divorce. I thought you played Sonic 2 last night. Well, I did. But I played the Sega Mega Drive version of Sonic 2, not the Master System version. And they are completely different games, you see. The Master System version is not simply a scaled down version of Sonic 2 that you probably know and love. Many of you out there who consider yourselves big Sonic fans might not even know the deal with this game, with Sonic 2 on the Sega Master System. And so before we get into the getting into it, I'd like to get into a few pineapple tidbits about this game. Give you a few little fun facts here. This one was not developed by STI, the group who developed Sonic 2 on the Mega Drive / Genesis. We learned all about that last night. If you'd like to check out that story, it's kind of an interesting story, in fact. Some twists and turns, some shit talking amongst the team. If you missed that, go back and check it out. I think you'll find yourself slightly entertained at the very least. But this development team, Aspect, is a Japanese game company founded in 1991. Sonic 2 on the Sega Master System was just their 3rd game ever. And they're not one of those development studios that popped up for a minute and then went away. They were around for quite a while. Unfortunately closed their doors in 2018, but they did quite a bit along the way. Back in the 90s, they did Batman Returns on the Game Gear and Master System. They did a handful of other Sonic games. Sonic Chaos on the Game Gear and Master System. I've played that one here. There's a no commentary playthrough of Sonic Chaos on this channel if you'd like to check that out. Aspect did Sonic the Hedgehog Game World for the Pico. You ever heard of the Pico? Not Pico de Gallo. I'm talking about the Pico game system, the children's game system called the Pico. P-I-C-O. Pico, 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 whatever you want to call it. It was a foldable children's laptop sort of looking deal, powered by Mega Drive components on the inside. Included a stylus, they called it the Magic Pen, and also had a rudimentary drawing interface, kind of like a tablet of today, but for children, and not with a screen. You know, it didn't have a big fancy screen on it. In fact, like I said, imagine an old school flip it open laptop, and then on the bottom section that you would sit on your lap, there's where your kind of drawing pad is. No screen, just a pad. You would draw on it, and then as you press down on the pad, you would see the lines appear on the television set. Understand how that works? And then the games, those were what they called storyware games. So imagine a book with a little cartridge slot at the bottom, and that would clip into the top portion of the laptop, where your screen would normally be. You'd have a little storybook that you'd clip in there, slip that down into the cartridge slot, and then every time you turn the page, that would cause the image on the TV to go to, say, another setting. If you've got characters you're moving around on a setting, you might consider like a level or a background. Turn the pages, different backgrounds appear, different characters. You can move them around with your stylus and all sorts of shit. But it was mostly edutainment, as they tried to call it back in the day. They tried to come up with this term, edutainment, for sort of educational video games. And so they released a couple Sonic games on the Pico, and one of them was what I just mentioned there, Sonic the Hedgehog Game World on the Pico. Maybe we can do a Pico episode sometime on this channel. Might be fun to make a video or do a live stream featuring the Pico. Anyway, Aspect, I'm not done talking about Aspect. They also developed Sonic Triple Trouble on the Game Gear, Tails Adventure on the Game Gear, Sonic Blast on the Game Gear and Master System, several Naruto games on Game Boy Advance and the DS, and even a Power Rangers Megaforce game on the 3DS. So they did a bunch of stuff over the years. Sadly not around any longer. Aspect, when they were creating Sonic 2 here for the Master System, it's said that they were pretty walled off and walled in. They were not communicating with STI while STI was working on the Mega Drive version. The two teams were fairly sequestered, kept far away from each other. They weren't concerned with what one another were doing. They were each making their own games, their own visions of what they thought Sonic 2 should look like and what it should be. And they turned out quite differently, and we'll see that very soon. Sonic 2 here on the Master System and Game Gear. 7 zones, each with 2 main acts and then a boss fight. If you collect all 6 Chaos Emeralds throughout the game, you can find Tails, you fight a different boss, and then you get the good ending. If you don't get all the Chaos Emeralds, then you basically face the bad ending boss fight, and Tails is not rescued. And I believe this is the first Sonic game to ever have an alternate boss fight for the ending, depending on how you perform throughout the game, which is kind of interesting, I think. This is the best-selling Game Gear game ever, with over 400,000 copies sold. And this Game Gear version, if you're interested in seeing it sometime for yourself, giving it a shot, please, it's going to be included with the Sonic Origins Plus collection coming out June 23rd, 2023 on all your major platforms. And if you're interested in the Master System version of Sonic 2, that one didn't get released in the US until 2008 for the Wii Virtual Console. That was a PAL exclusive. So, You're going to have to track down a copy of that elsewhere. Maybe take to the high seas. Now, let me just explain real quick what's going on here with this. The Game Gear version and the Master System version are almost identical. And this review kind of lumps them both together. The reason I'm not going to give the Master System and the Game Gear version their own features tonight, like I did with Streets of Rage on the Game Gear and the Master System several nights ago, is because they're so similar. With Streets of Rage, there was immediately a noticeable difference in the graphics, the way the characters look, the sprites, the backgrounds, the way that they played and handled. Very different games, depending on which platform you go to. With Sonic 2, the Master System / Game Gear version, there's just not a whole lot of difference between them. The biggest difference is the Game Gear version, the screen is shrunk down quite a bit. So you don't have as much time to react to enemies, and your field of view is just kind of cut down. And that's basically it. And there are a few other little rinky-dink differences betwixt the two of them, but I think it's going to be fine. We don't need to split time up for one or the other. We're just going to go with the Master System version, and that's my judgment call on that. So before we do that, let me look at the chat again. Mr. Jorfus is here. How you doing tonight? Everyone seems to be doing pretty well. Oh, Ghoulies got a small love life update. Says his love interest actually texted him first this time, only because it was about something in a group chat we're in, and it was a very, very short conversation. Well, I guess that's good. So, did the chat there lead to anything else, or was it kind of she just had the one group text related question for you and then she just buzzed off for the evening? We've got Mr. Jorf's joke of the night. Always a feature of the stream. Here's Mr. Jorf's joke of the night for us. What is Sonic's favorite frequency? Answer: ultrasonic. Ha! Thank you for that, Mr. Jorfus. Joke of the night has been completed. Delivered in topical fashion. Now it's time for me to grab my floppy copy of Sega Mania Magazine, issue number 3. I'm going to put this review up on the screen for you there. If you just place your eyes on your television set, you'll notice that I have conveniently slapped a copy of the Sega Mania Sonic 2 review right up in front of your eyes for you. Now you can follow along right there as I read to you the words of... Who did this one? Tonight's review was written by... This is the last time I'm going to say his name wrong, and then I'm going to explain why. Tim Hugow! Guys, you know, I said I'm going to do a video about the sort of end of Sega Mania and what happened to it. I spoke yesterday to Mr. Tim Hugow. I found out from the man himself I've been saying his name wrong. He corrected me. It's Hugow. So I'm going to say it that way. Tim Hugow. Hugow. Like the name Hugh. Like Hugh Grant is how he put it. Hugh Gull. G-U-L-L. He said it's like Hugh Grant and then Gull. G-U-L-L. Tim Hugow. Faye wants to know if anyone else is from another country. Yes. In fact, we've got some different what would you call it? Differently countryed individuals here. Tim Hugel. Yep, that's right, Ghoulie. Tim Hugel. Hugel. I still got to put some sort of spin on it because it was so powerful previously. But I'll just get that hue going instead of the huh. So the review's up there for you. You can follow right there, or you can check out the link in the description below. Click on over to the Sega Mania Magazine Online Archive, and you can digitally flip to, in my magazine, in my edition, it's 26, page 26. And you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can flip forward and backwards through the booklet itself. But if you do that, if you flip forwards, you're going to get spoilers. You're going to see what we're going to be playing on future episodes. So if you like being surprised, don't do that. If you don't care, be my guest. Go for it. Read the whole damn thing. Read all 7 issues for all I care. I mean, I've done it. I've not read all of issue 7 yet. But I've read every single page of all of the other ones up to that point. Now, okay. Oh, one other thing, guys. Also in the description is a link to another channel that I have created, because I thought it would be a fun thing to do. I created a sort of ASMR channel using my camcorder. I'm recording nature sounds. You ever put on like relaxation videos with nature sounds or rainfall or maybe some light classical music playing, shit like that? I made a channel so I can do that with my camcorder. I thought it'd be fun. We'll find out if there's any market for it. And I made a couple videos and threw them up there. So if that excites you, then sub to the Camcordiance channel that I've created. Link right there. Okay, so here we go. Here's what Tim Hugel had to say about Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Sega Master System. In issue 2, I was fairly confident in saying that the 8-bit version of Sonic the Hedgehog was almost as good, if not better, than its 16-bit counterpart. I'm not sure I can say the same about the sequel. The trouble with Sonic 2 on the Game Gear and Master System comes down to its very first level. Underground Zone is perhaps the most boring and monotonous zone in Sonic's history. Sure, the music is catchy, and the mine carts are something of a novelty, but it's not an easy level, and it's very, very ugly. Let me just stop right there. That was like... That might seem like a ticky-tack complaint. The level being ugly and monotonous. But it's that same kind of complaint that kept Sonic 2 on the Mega Drive from achieving a perfect score last night. I gave Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Sega Mega Drive 990 Super Divorces out of a possible 1,000 Super Divorces. And I said I had to subtract 10. I subtracted 10 Super Divorces because of the factory level. I can't remember the name of it now off the top of my head. But the one where you're in the factory, the kind of warehouse looking one, I just hate that. I hate factory levels in games. I want to get out of them as soon as they start. I can't think of any exception. And I believe that was the new highest. I can't remember what I gave Road Rash. I feel like I gave Road Rash maybe 950. I'd have to go back and look. Mr. Jorfa said it was Metropolis City, but it's not a city. You're inside. It just looks like a factory, a warehouse. Machines pumping out component parts and all sorts of horse shit. Anyway, back to the review here. The boss is also infamously difficult to clear, especially on the Game Gear version where the screen space is severely reduced. Underground Zone really kicks you down and serves as an unpleasant barrier to what is, for the most part, a fairly pleasant game. All of the zones in Sonic 2 are completely unique and do not make an appearance in any of the 16-bit titles. Sky High Zone is dark and brooding, and although, as a kid, I found the hang glider mechanic impossible to get to grips with, it's a nice feature when revisited today. Out of the gloom comes the wonderful Aqua Lake Zone. Water levels are never great in Sonic games, but Aqua Lake gets a pass from me due to how beautiful the aesthetic is. It's probably one of my favorite Sonic levels just for the appearance alone. Green Hills Zone is next, and players could be forgiven for thinking that a major programming error had occurred with the development of Sonic 2, as this really should have been the first level, being a classic Green Hill kind of zone. The difficulty is higher than you would expect for this kind of environment, but it's still a welcome break for the senses in what is generally a hard and chaotic game. It's worth paying attention to the music track in this level too, as you may find it to be very familiar. We'll remember that in, what was it? What do you call it? Green Hills Zone. Okay. Pay attention to the music in Green Hills Zone. Moving on, the game soon slides into the classic Sonic formula, presenting you with Gimmick Mountain Zone and Scrambled Egg Zone, both of which see the difficulty really peaking in an effort to drain lives before the final boss. Gimmick Mountain has a scrap brain vibe and looks cool, but cheap enemy placement and an abundance of spikes makes it a slog. Scrambled Egg is a gorgeous level with a rich atmosphere, but it oozes frustration through its use of confusing tubes that the player must navigate. Completion of the game can happen in two ways. If you get to the end of Scrambled Egg Zone without all the Chaos Emeralds, Silver Sonic, not Metal Sonic, Silver Sonic, will be your final showdown, and you'll get the bad ending. Grab all the emeralds, however, and you will make your way to the Crystal Egg Zone to face Robotnik in the final showdown. It's nice that Sonic 2 gives you something extra to aim for, but all in all, it's still a relatively short game. Skilled players could clear the whole thing in under an hour. Handy if your Game Gear batteries are on their way out, I suppose, which they almost certainly always were, and are if you're still using it. Okay, so let's see. I suppose with that being said, we can go ahead and fire up Sonic 2 on the Master System. Here we go. See what it's all about. Time to give it a shot, please. Now, I probably will not get the good ending. I'm not anticipating retrieving all of the Chaos Emeralds because I have not played this game enough to have memorized exactly how to do it. I'm pretty sure that I did on my no commentary playthrough that I've posted on this channel. If you'd like to see that, you can check it out. Alright. Two ways to get 1-ups in this one. Collecting 100 rings, or getting the television set power up, you know, with your Sonic head inside of it. Let me see. There's no spin dash in this one. Gonna have to keep that in mind. I don't remember having a bunch of trouble with this. I say that now, and I'm going to end up having all sorts of trouble, but I guess we'll see. Tim Hugel, he'd have us believe that this level's a real son of a bitch. Now that's nice. Even though it is the Master System and the Game Gear version, we can still look up and down to reveal any little tricks, any booby traps that might be coming our way, like the falling spikes up there, stuff like that. That's what you want to watch out for. And we'll try our best to watch out. Oh. Alright, it's time to hop inside this mine cart, maybe. Maybe I should go over here. Maybe I should try to achieve 100 rings so that I can start nice and strong. A nice 1-up to start the game. Might be good to do. I'm pretty close to it. Just a 3. Oh, look at that guy. There we go. All right. That's what I like to see. Now, since I achieved a 1-up, let me head over to the right in earnest and see about completing this level. I don't know that I hate the look of this as much as the one from last night. Oop. Jump into the other mine cart. People are speaking foreign languages in the chat, and I don't know. I thought I saw someone talking about Portuguese. I don't know. I guess I need to go this ways. Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright. Alright. Go this way. There we go. Hey, that wasn't so bad. Was it? That wasn't so bad, guys. By the way, we're committing to 1/2 of 1 hour. I didn't say that this time, but that's what we're committed to. We could end up going a little bit longer than that. We'll see how things are. Oh! Okay. Alright. Oh no, hold on a sec. Let's see what we got down there. Alright, that's good, that's fine. Looks like I can break through here. Same trick as last time. I'm gonna see about just perhaps helping myself to a nice 1-up before I complete the level, so I move towards the end of the game with a sufficient number of lives. That'll be helpful. There we go. Do I want to do that, or do I head back up this ways? Can I do that even? No, hold on. No, nah. Okay, I'll just take the damn mine cart, alright? Yep. Gotta be quick indeed. Gotta be good with your reflexes there. You'll get taken by surprise. And not the kind of surprise that you like. Not like coming home to a fancy gift. As long as the fancy gift is a gift that you're receiving from someone that you care about, or someone who you would like to have caring about you. Receiving fancy gifts from people that you don't fancy, well, that's not something that people fancy. Receiving a gift from, even a really nice gift, from someone that you have a restraining order against, or a nice gift from the local haunted demon. Not gifts you want. Not surprises you want. But that's a good surprise right there. A nice 1-up. I'll take that. I'll buy that for $1. Just pop on up here. Just get in this little mine cart. Oh, we're oh, well. I don't even know what happened there. Okay. I think I did alright. Yeah. Alright. Eh. Not so bad, Tim Hugel. Ghoulie said all I heard were haunted demon and restraining order. Well, I was just talking about how you don't want gifts, fancy presents from unwanted, what would you call that? An unwanted suitor? Receiving a fancy present from someone that you love, someone you care about, someone nice. That's a good thing to have happen. But if you receive a fancy gift from the local demon, that's not going to be something you want. Okay, I believe it's time for a boss fight. Is it? I don't see why you even pick us up. It's a strange thing for Eggman to do, isn't it? Is this all we do is just let him... Is that it? That's what you call easy peasy. You want to talk about your lemon squeezy. There it is. Alright. Sonic has passed Act 3. That was quite easy. Sky High Zone, Act 1, coming right up. Is this the one with the shit? Great visuals in this game, by the by. I'm a big fan. I love the color palette they've decided to use here. These are nice colors on the screen. Big fan. Big, big fan. Now, where am I to go? Not down there. Those are spikes that I do not like. Take a little bit of a leap of faith there. Over here? Yeah, okay. We got it. Okay. Going on up. Sounded like something was falling down. What was that? Oop, okay. Alright. Grab ourselves some rings. See if we can keep up the collection. No! No, 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 no! Whoa! Okay. I got nervous for a second. I thought I was about to land on a bunch of spikes. Let me try this again. Nope, don't do that. There we go. There we are. Okay. Nicely done. And... okay, let me look down here. Got him. Yeah, I think we'll get our 1-up very soon. I hope so. Right up here we should. There we go. Alright. That's what I like to see. I don't really need to worry about all these extra rings because I don't think I'll get 2 1-ups on the same level. No, I don't want to do that. Well, that was a bit of luck, wasn't it? Alright, let me try again. I don't even know how I survived that. I thought I was, you know, falling down into a chasm. Now, I don't remember this at all. I don't remember what I feel like I just have to remember tapping a button very furiously. No, not that. Okay. It's not B. It's not what I want to do. Let me try a different option. Ghoulie said the color palette's making his eyes go crossed. Making your eyes go gaga. No, why do you keep doing that? Is it just... well, shit. I guess it's tapping any button? So I don't want to tap any button or else I let go. I thought that I had to tap one of the buttons a certain way. Oh, it's just up. You just have to tap up. Alright. That's what it is. Thanks, Jorphus. I appreciate that. Sonic has passed Act 1 after a very impressive performance. Now it's time for Act 2. Yeah, this is the tough one. Okay, let me try to... Yeah, you get like some little checkpoints, I believe. Where's the next one? Go that way, okay. Follow these rings like that. Not sure about hitting 100 rings on this level. I don't know about that. But this is another one where I just love... I just love the color palette again. That sort of green-blue color with the purple rain, and the dark purple night sky. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good, is it? See? That's what I'm talking about. Kind of bullshit, though, because it's one of those things where there's not any real surefire way, besides memorization, to know where you can walk and where you can't. Which clouds can you stand on, which ones are you just going to fall through? Never like that. Okay, let me... Well, why'd you do that, Sonic? Well, okay, alright. First life lost. Yeah, okay. Alright, let me see something. Let me see something about this. No. Why'd you do that? What? No. See, he won't even jump. That wasn't me, guys. The button stopped working. I was not allowed to jump by the game. Calling shenanigans there. See? Oh, come on, Sonic! You shit! Well, I kept one coin. Or ring, I mean. Sonic doesn't get coins, you noob. Probably... Yep. He's right. Alright, we made it. Great job. Alright. Yeah, I did that more skillfully in my no commentary playthrough. If you go and watch that, you'll see because there's a Chaos Emerald like at the very top of that level, right near the end. So you have to stay up near the top of the the screen using the hang glider like the whole way through. You can't drop down to the ground level at all. And that took me a little while to figure out and execute. But I did it. I was able to do it. There's proof on the channel. You can go and watch me do it. I have not played this game for a while, so I'm fairly out of practice. I'm not trying to be a fancy boy tonight. Just trying to show you guys a little bit of what this game's all about. That's all. Alright, what is this part? Oh yeah, we got these guys. I think there's like a bird that's gonna pop his head up here. Something like that. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. Oh, there he is. Yeah, the fun thing about this... Oh, for fuck's sake. I was just gonna say it. They don't give you any rings on the boss fight levels. If you notice that. They do that on purpose. And you can die on the way. Another thing I forgot about. Okay. Let's try to not do that. That's just 100% rushing and not paying attention. But it sucks that you have to just do the boss fights perfectly. There's no room for error. Okay, get these guys. Yep. Oh my god, really? Ah! And then... Man. That's embarrassing. Feh thinks the Sonic sprite is funny. What about him? What is it about this Sonic sprite that you find so hilarious, Feh? Sonic might not appreciate your laughter. So what is that? What the fuck? What? How? Yeah, okay. Somehow... Incredible. Alright, let me be very deliberate here. Okay. Gonna wanna wait until they have... There. Okay, yeah. Got those guys. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay. Woo! Oh yeah, you got... If you don't get the eggs. What the? It didn't work! I tried to jump! The button, like, was stuck. Holy shit, how have I lost so many lives on this? This is incredible. Alright, Ghoulie, well, thanks for hanging out. Glad you got to see me make a fool of myself here. What did I have for dinner? I had these kind of like chicken and cheese waffles. But apparently it's not helped my performance here. Not performance enhancing food. Okay, let's see about this guy. There you go. Yeah. Watch out, Sanic. There you go. How many more times? Okay, good. Good, see? That's all we had to do. That's it. Then just pop the old egg bubble, and there you go. Fehed Eros E Fehau. I don't know what that says, and I don't know what that is. But maybe someone can explain it to me. Jorphus, what did you have for dinner this evening? What did you guys have? What did everyone have? If you're watching this later, let me know in the comments below what you had for dinner tonight. Or, if you've not eaten dinner yet, let me know what you plan to have when it will be dinner time. And if you don't know what you're having, let me know what your dream dinner would be tonight. If you could dine on anything imaginable, if you could sup any supper in the world, what would you sup this evening? Realistically. If you want steak from a steakhouse in Tokyo, but you live in Boise, Idaho, then don't tell me that you want the steakhouse from Tokyo. Let me know what you'd love to have that's realistic for you to maybe partake of this evening. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Okay, I don't want to hit that because I think that it'll launch me up into those spikes there. Nope! You gotta do a better job. Now, there's our countdown. And what is he doing? He won't go over! Look at that! Sonic! What the It's rice and beans, is I think what Faye had. Rice and beans. What happened? Oh, that's game over. Do I get a chance to continue? No continues. I didn't remember that. Wow. Wow. No continues. Okay, well, I think that's going to wrap things up for Sonic 2. I'm not doing all that again. We're not doing it. Sorry. But there you go. You got a nice dose of Sonic 2 on the Master System. Right there. Deceptively difficult at times. It looks like a baby game. You start playing, and you're like, this is a baby game. And then you get these little things that challenge you in a very particular way. Jorphus had empanadas this evening. Empanadas, huh? I thought that was a dessert. I didn't realize they have I don't know, the only empanadas I've ever had are like caramel apple empanadas from Taco Bell. I didn't realize they do like hearty, savory empanadas that you would have, you know, for dinner. You guys are teaching me things here. Mr. Jorfus is going to give Sonic 2 on the Master System 950 Mr. Jorfuses out of a possible 1,000 Mr. Jorfuses. He said it needs continues. I agree. Continues would be nice. Because you're like, you know, look at that. That's crap. Little ticky-tack deaths and just a good jobby on the game. You're being sarcastic? Because I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate it. Your tone and your sarcasm. Well, let me look back over the words of Tim Hugel. Tim Hugel. Tim said, he said the trouble with Sonic 2 on the Game Gear and Master System comes down to the very first level, and I disagree. That was like the easiest thing, and I didn't mind it. It's not like it took forever to get through. I found a 1-up pretty quickly with all the rings there. Got around on the novelty mine carts pretty easily. You know, it wasn't until later that I started struggling a bit. He said Underground Zone really kicks you down and serves as an unpleasant barrier to what is for the most part a fairly pleasant game. And that the boss is also infamously difficult to clear. I just didn't have trouble with it. Maybe I don't know, maybe my reaction time was boosted there at the beginning or something. My brain was firing on all cylinders. But the beginning seemed fine to me. It wasn't until, like I said, several zones in that I started running into anything resembling trouble. Jess said they make beefy empanadas, and Jorfus says empanadas are dough filled with meat. Well, like I said, the only empanada I've ever had was filled with caramel apple filling. Sounds good. I don't think Taco Bell does the caramel apple empanadas anymore. Or if they do, they hide them on the menu. They used to be displayed in bold relief with nice graphics up there, trying to tempt you to order one. I don't know. Yes, Faye, there will be another stream tomorrow. Lord willing, will be back here with another stream. So I disagree with Tim Hugel concerning his appraisal of the beginning, how the game starts off. It didn't serve as a barrier, in my opinion, at all. It seemed fine. It seemed like a fine introduction, though I think that putting you on a more Green Hill Zone type area to start would have been a bit more Sonic-y. It was a weird level to start a Sonic game on. I'll give him that. Then he talks about how this game is its own title, not a rehash of Sonic 2 on the Mega Drive. Gonna get unique levels here, unique style of play. Of course, I showed you guys there's no spin dash in this one, so it's more like Sonic 1 in that respect. Moving on, the game soon slides into the classic Sonic formula, says Tim. Talks about some of the various areas that we didn't see. We didn't make it to Gimmick Mountain, I don't think, or Scrambled Egg. And then he just talks about the endings. Skilled players could clear the whole thing in under an hour. I said, yeah, I suppose that's true. You could. I could probably do it. I think I could. I I think I could make it in under an hour, like on a live stream. I'm not sure how long my playthrough is, the one that I've got up on the channel, the no commentary one. But it would be different to do it live, you see. I'd come on here and try it live. I think I could do it with a little practice, but just picking up and going. There are some, what do they call them, picadillos about the game that just threw me for a loop. Little ticky-tack things you got to pay attention to, especially those hopping birds. I lost way too many lives right there. Way too. I shouldn't have died a single time, to be honest with you, on that one, especially not falling into a gap. But I was just thinking to myself, okay, what was going through my mind at that time? Well, if I fall down here, I'll just run to the end of the level and it'll be fine. Because it's the boss level. Not realizing that they put chasms for you to fall into so that you can die before you even make it to the boss fight. And then it's hardcore the fact that they don't give you any rings on the boss fight levels. One hit death in all the boss fights. That's crazy. That's big boy pants stuff. So, another instance of them lulling you into a false sense of security and then smacking you across the face with something very difficult that you're not expecting. You know what I mean? So, maybe I'll try this again sometime, but until then, if you would like to see me play it all the way through, please check out the no commentary playthrough I did of this game on the channel. Just search it up under my videos. You'll find it. It's there. I did it. I made it happen. Just not tonight. That's all. Jorfa said that I should try empanadas, I think. Said they're delicious and one of the best dishes of the Argentinian culture. With meat, I suppose. Not a caramel apple. Have you ever had a dessert empanada, Mr. Jorfus? Or is that just an Americanized version? Is that just something they do at Taco Bell? Have you ever tried a caramel apple empanada? Hello, Rhythmic Man. Rhythmic Man says that this game is good, but ridiculously tougher than the others. Yeah, I mean, we made it to the very end of Sonic 2 last night on the Mega Drive. Didn't quite get there on the Master System. That whole one-hit boss fight deal, and then also giving you 0 continues. They're really expecting you to rack up the extra lives as you're going through the levels, I guess. If you need them. And I needed them, I will admit. I could have used the extra lives. More than I got. I thought I was doing pretty well with extra lives there for a second. And then I just lost them all in quick succession. And that ending, that was bullshit too. I didn't talk about that. I was underwater, and there was a little passage that I was trying to get through, but it wouldn't allow me to jump up into it. I just kept hitting my head on the ceiling, and then falling back down. I should have been able to jump into it very easily. It was like it was the platform that I needed to jump. I'm trying to explain it here. I basically needed to jump like, one platform up. Just one block up. And there's this little passage that I should have been able to fit through, and I couldn't do it. Wouldn't let me. And then I drowned and lost my last life, and that was the end of that run. Jorfus has never tried a caramel apple empanada. He says that it is an American-made dessert. Very well. Well, maybe you should try one sometime. Maybe you can try to make yourself one, and over here we'll make ourselves some savory empanadas. and then we can exchange reviews. Okay, so let me see. What am I gonna give this one here? I rated Sonic 2 on the Mega Drive / Genesis 990 Super Divorces out of a possible 1,000 Super Divorces. I am going to say Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Sega Master System / Game Gear. I'm going to give it 840 Super Divorces out of a possible 1,000 Super Divorces. 840. 840, that's what I want to give it. Because it is a really good game. It feels nice, handles well, the controls are what you would want them to be. Yeah, 840. Love the look of it. Love the color palette. Great music. Just a few little sprinkles of bullshit mixed in there that bring the flavor down. You know what I mean? It's like if you're eating a delicious, delicious meal, it only takes a few... I mean, one sprinkle of shit in an otherwise perfect meal will ruin the dish. Now, this game wasn't completely ruined, but you see what I'm saying. It doesn't take a whole lot to bring the score down by 100 points or more. Not having continues at all? None? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But yeah, of course, Mr. Jorfus, I mean, Sonic 2 on the Mega Drive / the Genesis, that's going to be a tough game for anyone to beat, for any other game to rise above. We'll see what happens, but you know, that's near perfection. But there you go. Okay? Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Sega Mania. Tomorrow, let's see what we got next here. Let me flip open my floppy copy one more time this evening. Next time, we'll be playing something with a space theme, outer space themed. Fe, thanks for hanging out. Hope to see you soon. Everyone else, hope to see you guys soon. If you haven't done so, please sub to the channel, bong the gong for notifications so you know when new videos go live, maybe if YouTube feels like telling you. You can like this video if you enjoyed it. You can dislike it if you did not enjoy it. You can go down to the comment section. You can talk some shit. You can request future games. You can leave a completely unrelated comment. Whatever you want to do, the comment section is your oyster. So please take full advantage. Also, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you can do so at SuperDivorce, on Instagram at SuperDivorceBand, and I play tunes from time to time, so you can check out Super Divorce music streaming on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. Wherever you stream your horse shit, you can find Super Divorce. Just type in Super Divorce, pick out a song of your choosing, and give it a shot, please. Also, I mentioned this earlier. In the description of this video, there's a link not only to the Sega Mania Magazine online archive, but there is a link to a new channel that I've created. I picked up my camcorder and decided to capture some nature sounds, some rainfall, and I posted a couple relaxation videos on a new channel because I thought that might be nice to do. That sounds intriguing too. If you're looking for something to put on while you go to sleep, then you might try checking out one of those 2 videos that I got up there. The Camcordians channel. Camcorder Ambiance. See what's going on there? Alright. That's about it. So, last thing. Thanks to all the lurking lurkers out there, anyone watching this video, this stream, hanging out in the shadows. Appreciate your eyes and ears. Just know that anytime you'd like to get involved in the conversation, the chat is there for you. Feel free. We'd love to have you. Chatting it up, yucking it up. And then, of course, to the chatty Cathys chatting away, talking about empanadas and other assorted various topics. Appreciate you guys too. Keeping it lively. Keeping it fun, interesting, keeping the banter going. Till next time, take real good care. Keep kicking ass. Love you lots. Lord willing, I'll be back very soon with another video for you to watch. Bye-bye.